The XE is a bread and butter car for Jaguar, designed to sell in large volumes and therefore compete with the likes of the BMW 3 Series and Mercedes C-Class. It's been around for a little while now, but it remains a key competitor in what is a hugely contested segment. The XE may not be all that interesting to look at, but you can tell straight away that it's a Jag. The large front grille and angled headlights give it quite a lot of presence on the road, while this car's optional black alloy wheels do well to make it stand out just a little bit more. The inside of the XE is a clean and uncluttered place to be. This large rotary controller means that there's actually quite a lot of space in the middle, and you also get two sizable cup holders. The large touchscreen is very easy to navigate, but you get analog controls for the heating and ventilation, which means that you can get them exactly how you want it. Now, the materials throughout are of a high quality and there aren't too many scratchy plastics, though everything feels really solidly built and it feels as though it'll stand the test of time. Now, as you can see, there's not a huge amount of space in the back of the Jag. The driver's seat is set to my position and I'm around 5'11", and I really haven't got that much knee room or headroom, so that's worth bearing in mind if you're planning on taking a lot of adult passengers with you. However, if you're planning on taking 3 children in the back here, they're likely to be more than comfortable. Now, move around to the rear of the car, and under this electronically operated boot lid, you'll find 455 litres of space, though that of course can be extended by lowering the rear seats. Now, it's worth pointing out that that is actually smaller than the 480 litres you'll find in the BMW 3 Series. There's a wide variety of power outputs to choose from with the XE. A 2-litre diesel is available with 161 brake horsepower, 178 brake horsepower or 237 brake horsepower, while a petrol unit pushes out either 197 brake horsepower or 247 brake horsepower, like our test car here. Most cars send their power to the rear wheels, though 4-wheel drive is available as an option. Most XEs utilise an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox, though a 6-speed manual is available with the 2-litre diesel. At the top of the range sits a 3-litre supercharged V6 lifted straight from the F-Type sports car, and this produces 375 brake horsepower. Now, you'd expect any Jaguar to have a certain degree of sporting intent, and that's certainly the case with the XE. The steering is really nicely judged, and it's really light on its feet, which means that it's ideal for B roads like the ones we're on today. Now, this car is powered by a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine producing 247 brake horsepower and 275 Nm of torque. And it's that secondary figure that is the most important one, because it means it's got plenty of pull when you're joining motorways or when you want to just pull out of a junction safely. Now, the one downside to this engine that we would say is that we're not getting particularly good economy figures. We've been driving it on a mixture of motorways and B roads like the ones we're on today, and we're averaging 30.8 mpg, which really isn't good for those people looking to keep fuel costs down. Now, you can specify either a 6-speed manual or the gearbox that we have in this car, which is the 8-speed dual-clutch ZF gearbox. Now, it's the auto that we choose, as the shifts are pretty seamless in full auto mode, though you can take control via the steering wheel mounted paddles. Now, this car is an R Sport trim, and that means you get lowered and stiffened sport suspension. That's ideal if you're a keen driver looking to get the most from the car, but if you are just doing normal motorway miles, then we might suggest a slightly softer suspension option. The Jaguar XE remains a solid alternative to other more established rivals in the segment. It drives really rather well, is offered with a good range of engines, and, save for a slight lack of headroom in the back, is actually quite practical too. That's why if you're in the market for a 4-door saloon, it's really one that we'd recommend.